All right. It's all right. It's just a family glitch here. Okay, the February 6, 2012 special meeting of the City Council is called to order. This meeting has been properly noticed and posted in compliance with the open meeting law. This building is protected by state-of-the-art fire detection and suppression sprinkler system. If the alarm should activate during today's meeting, please evacuate using the exits. Once outside, assemble on the Las Vegas Boulevard side of the property. Employees wearing safety vests or city marshals will inform you when it's safe to re-enter the building. I only see one person, and I have the wrong glasses, so I hope you got the instructions. Okay, it's all of us. We will go. Okay, we will now move on to item number 3. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters on the agenda for action. The amount of time any single speaker is allowed may be limited. All comments made will be cross-referenced to those specific items. If anyone submitted a speaker card or wishes to speak under this portion of the agenda, please come to the podium and state your name for the record. We will set the time at 1 minute. Are you going to be speaking? Thank you. We go on to item number 4. You went so early. I thought, my gosh, you were right out of this huge audience. Does that make you feel good, Councilman?
It does, Mayor.
Okay. Discussion for possible action regarding the certification of canvassed election returns for the January 31st, 2012 special recall election. Our city clerk, Mrs. Bridges.
Thank you, ma'am. For the January 31st, 2012 special recall election, there was an active voter registration of 49,437 citizens, of which 6,165 actually cast their ballots. This resulted in a 12.47 election turnout. As to the canvass, the Clark County Register of Voters canvassed our returns, comparing the ballots counted to the computer printouts for the 63 elections used in the Ward 6 election. There were no tabulation errors, making this tabulation 100% accurate with no irreconcilable differences. The City of Las Vegas used vote centers for the first time in this special election. They seemed to work very well, and it provided the public with more availability to vote than they would have had at just individual polling locations. I'd like to thank Larry Lomax, the Clark County Registrar, and his staff who ensured that this was a successful election. They handled everything for us from the early vote to the absentee ballots to Election Day. We didn't have to do anything in-house except paper printing. I'd recommend that the City Council accept and certify the canvassed results of the 2012 special recall election as presented. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Question, Mayor.
Yes.
Ms. Bridges, did we ever tally, or is it still too early to determine how much this special election cost taxpayers?
I just got the last 3 printing and invoices from Clark County this morning, and then I'm waiting on the final bill for their services. So as soon as I have that, I will have the total, and I'll send it to the entire council to know.
Thank you, Mayor.
Do you have an approximation at this time?
The last time we did this, it ran around $65,000. I'm hoping with vote centers and that it's going to come in less, because we didn't have to do as many staff members, and they were able to utilize the same mobile staff setting up and taking down, and we didn't have as much printing. So I'm hoping it comes in less than that, but right now our largest expense was publications, because we are now required to publish and print in 3 languages, English, Spanish, and Tagalog, which is Filipino.
My heavens.
So that did increase our publication and our printing costs this time, but I don't know by how much until I get everything totaled up. But I will send that up when I have the final tally.
And do you have any information that you could share with council about further recall efforts when one has gone through a recall and been successful in being not recalled? Is there any law in the book? Is there any process thereafter?
Once a special election has been held, the only way they could file again is if they came in and paid the entire cost of that special election. If they paid returned the city those costs, then they could file a petition again.
Mayor,
Thank you.
please don't give anybody a candy.
Well, that was very costly. I mean, 65, and we don't have the final. Are you worth that kind of money?
The residents in Ward 6 are certainly worth...
I know, you have
I
so
don't know about
many
me.
friends. I don't know if I can get a motion out of this group, though. Is there anybody that is willing to make a motion to...
Maybe you, Mayor Pro Tem. He's holding his breath.
I was told to wait.
Very quiet here. It's very quiet.
My motion will be to approve Ms. Bridges' report
And accept it, please.
and accept it.
Okay, should we wait a little longer and then cast our votes? We could take a break. How about a 15-minute recess? Okay, there's a motion. Will you please cast your ballots?
Oh, listen, Bob.
Is there a pause button? Is that what he's doing? Look at him. Look at what he's doing. Okay. I think time comes to post. Well, congratulations, Councilman Ross. We applaud you and welcome you back to your normal seat.
Thank you, Mayor, and if I can share a few words with not only this council, but certainly the taxpayers of the city of Las Vegas, and Beverly, your staff, and Larry Lomax's staff for a wonderful job all of you have done. And I truly apologize that anybody had to go through this. There's so much voter fatigue out there going on right now, and here we are right in the middle of, or getting ready, geared up for another election as well with the regular elections here in the state of Nevada. So I just appreciate all of the voters that turned out to vote. That was a very difficult thing to go through. It's when you work so hard as I do for the residents of Ward 6 and for the city of Las Vegas, this is difficult to go through. And I don't wish this upon any of my colleagues because it's been very challenging, certainly for me and my family, but I do appreciate and want to express my appreciation to all those that came out and voted and endured this nightmare with me, especially the taxpayers for having to foot the bill. So thank you, Mayor, very much, and thank you, council members, for your continued support.
Well, we're delighted, as you would well know, and especially with the turnout and the vote, but it is what this country and this government stands for, and I know you know that, but we're sure delighted that you're going to be sitting there for a little bit longer, hopefully a long, long time. So thank you all. We now will move on to, agenda item 5, citizen participation. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the City Council. No subject may be acted upon by the City Council unless that subject's on the agenda and is scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, come to the podium, give your name for the record. The amount of discussion on any single subject, as well as the amount of time any single speaker is allowed, may be limited. Are there any members of the public who wish to speak? Hearing none, thank you very much. The meeting is adjourned.